Master of Ceremonies, Madam Minister, the family of Skweyiya, Tutugile, Deputy President of the country, of the African National Congress, former President Mbeki, Sizanele Mbeki, ministers, NEC members, leaders of political parties here, traditional leaders, members of the diplomatic corps, I greet you all. I am very grateful for the honor of attesting to the greatness of this man. I thought I should come in from an angle that's rarely spoken about, because so little is known, so little is written. I'm going to talk about Zola Skweyiya as leader of the constitution-making process, believe it or not. I should start by reminding us that one of the important decisions of the Kabwe, the 1985 Kabwe Conference, was the establishment of the ANC Legal and Constitutional Affairs Department. OR, the late president of the ANC, appointed Comrade Zola to head the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Department. The team was situated in Lusaka, comprised of the late Teddy Pekane, Dr. Pekane, Comrade Dr. Penuel Maduna, Comrade Sandile Nogcina, Africa, Comrade Jobodwane, Comrade Matthew Posa, and myself. Comrades Albi Sachs and Kada Asmal were associates working from abroad, but always in consultation with a team that was situated in Lusaka. The department provided other ANC structures with legal and administrative support. It worked closely with the ANC underground, in particular with lawyers from progressive formations handling ANC cases. The department was also linked to anti-apartheid formations internationally, law associations in the US, etc. Members of the team were often assigned special tasks assisting the underground. It is credit to the skillful leadership of Comrade Zola that, delicate as the tasks were, they were efficiently executed. I'm not here to tell you the nitty-gritties of what was done. By the end of 1989, members of the legal department were assigned tasks relating to post-apartheid policies. Inevitably, they were roped into the work of the political work, the underground political work. I also want to share with you the other side of Zola. All of us as human beings are layered. We are layered. Zola, beyond politics and office work, was a caring person. He loved children And I learned this in Lusaka. At that time, I was a single parent as my husband was doing his bit with MK. Comrade Zola would carry my last born Sibusiso and play baby games with him. They grew attached and remained connected into Sibusiso's adulthood. In June 1990, the NEC of the ANC, Comrade President Mbeki, I hope I'm telling the truth, that this was properly sanctioned. But Comrade Zola Skweyiya led a team that was deployed into the country. I was one of them. We were to assist with the establishment of post-apartheid policy units, building on work done by the underground, and we were to prepare for negotiations. At this stage, the Constitutional Committee of the ANC was firmly established. It was expanded to include senior lawyers from inside the country. These were senior lawyers based in the country. I can just mention a few, but there were quite many. I would like to start by mentioning the core group that were runners, so to speak. And here I'll mention Bulelani, I'll mention Dala Omar, but of course the late Chief Justices Pius Langa, Arthur Chaskalson, Justice Louis Skweyiya, the late Kada Asmal, our Justice Albi Sachs. These were some of the people who were members of the ANC's Constitutional Committee. I mustn't forget George Bizos. But then there were many, Fink Hesom. I must share with you and say, because ANC ayisabi criticism, ayifanelang isabi criticism. The big critique of the appointments, of the establishment of the ANC Constitutional Committee was the fact that there were no women appointed, even from inside the country. I think this, you can guess now, spared some of us that going forward, women must be at the center of decision making. Our committee was based at the Community Law Center, and I'm sure there were good reasons why the Community Law Center of UWC was chosen. Comrade Dala Omar was made head of the center. So Bulelani, myself, Comrade Zola were, you know, initially the team that moved in and out of those offices as they were being established. Of importance, and here is the strength of the comrade we are talking about, is that Comrade Zola could work with the head of the center. He remained the chair of the ANC Constitutional Committee and was, of course, the conduit through which we send reports back to the NEC from the work that we were doing. He worked very well with Dala Omar. In fact, Dala Omar used to call him But Zola. But Zola for everybody. He was a warm and affable person. The center became one of the important research bases of the Constitutional Committee. It was working closely with other centers. Immediately at UWC, there was the CDS. But of course, the community law centers, the CLC, and others were feeding into the work of the ANC Constitutional Committee. Again, it was Zola's leadership skill of coordinating, of linking up people, of winning the trust and being respected. I must say that Zola also was a very inclusive person in the style of work. He immediately set up to establish networks of experts in the various fields. At the center, we had numerous workshops, seminars, roundtables, conferences. I must also point out, of course, that Zola tried to unite the BLA and NADEL because he believed, and he said it openly, that there is the challenge for transforming the legal sector was immense, and it required these progressive forces to unite so as to have the kind of impact that is necessary for actual transformation. That was Zola. I must say that through these inclusive processes of consultations, of networks and everything, many people rightfully claim to have participated in the conceptualization of the new constitution. I'm talking long before the Constituent Assembly, long before the drafting of even the interim constitution. Zola was affable and collegial, recognizing the strengths of all those he worked with, and expressed passionately his views. I must say that uZola ubenenyani. During our meetings of the Constitutional Committee, when we were discussing, you name it, structure, even the details of the Bill of Rights, he made very strong submissions, passionately so. I must tell you, the big one was language. And I don't know, I wish I had asked him whether he remembers how passionate he was about the return of the land to the people. That was Zola Skweyiya. On a lighter note, you know, when I got spirited and quite talkative, putting my points across, he would bully me and say, "Mauzole, Brigitte, Mauzole." I miss him for that. I'm about to finish. But I also want to share with you another light moment. You see, me and Zola had been working for the ANC, you know, as volunteers, and never even thought for a moment about a payment. But when we went to UWC, we got paid. So, but we didn't know how to use an ATM. And it was thanks to the former Deputy President Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, the current chair of UN Women. He helped us and showed us how to use an ATM. Here is what I want to say in conclusion. If we are to honor Zola's legacy, and in the spirit of the ANC tradition of saying we pick up the spear of the one who falls, the spear we have to pick up is that those that have power, occupying strategic positions in society, must use their power for the betterment of our people. Zola was concerned about the about the number, the depth of poverty amongst our people. He shared this very much with many people. I'm one of the people with whom he shared his concern. I thank you.